No one is converting. You're putting the work out there, posting content, sending emails, sharing offers, and nothing happens. No clicks, no replies, no sales. And that's where the doubt kicks in. Is it my audience? Is my offer not good enough? Am I missing something that everyone else understands? If you ever felt stuck in that loop, this video is for you. Most people think that their conversion problem is tactical. I need better design, I need more traffic, I need a new strategy or a new tool. Here's the truth. You don't have a traffic problem, you don't have a design problem, you don't even have a funnel problem. You have a messaging problem. And here's what most people get wrong about messaging. It isn't about being clever, it's about being clear. You don't need to be flashy, you just need to be relevant. If people don't instantly understand the problem you solve and why it matters to them, every funnel will underperform no matter how pretty or optimized it is. And the crazy part, fixing this is way simpler than most marketers think. Clear message, conversions. Confusing message, crickets. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the exact system I use to fix conversions to make it even clearer and more powerful. If you're new here, I'm Rashid. I help you make sense of marketing in the AI economy without losing sight of the fundamentals. So let's dive in. So here is the system. Most landing pages and funnels break in one of 5 places. And once you know where your funnel is breaking, you can fix it fast. So let's show you the exact framework I use to diagnose the conversion problem and how you can fix each one. Stage 1, consume, making them care enough to read. You see, consumption precedes conversion. If they don't read your message, nothing else matters. Your brilliant offer, irrelevant. Your proof, never seen. Your guarantee, invisible. So the first question is, why should my prospect even care about what it is I'm saying? So here are the 7 questions I ask myself when writing any piece of copy to make sure it's different at all costs. Number 1 is, what's the one thing my audience wants the most? Not 3 things, not 5 things, just 1. Get specific. If it can't answer this in 1 sentence, you don't know your audience well enough yet. The second question I ask myself is, what's the big problem they have and how I can solve it in a unique way that they haven't heard before? So how will this make their life better instantly? When I put a message together, it needs to come across as novel and new, so it hijacks their attention. Question 3 is, how will their life get better after taking the action? So what response do I want to elicit in all my messaging? Focus on the desired outcome, how their life will get better after taking the action, rather than just the product you're selling. The fourth question I ask myself is, what happens if they don't take the action? So what are the consequences of not taking the action? You must assign a cost to the inaction. If the reader doesn't do what it is you want them to do, what do they lose? The fifth question I ask is, what annoys them most in the industry? Many have tried other solutions without seeing the results they expected. You need to address all frustrations, even the ones that aren't explicitly mentioned. The sixth question I ask is, how do I avoid the skepticism rampant in the market? What doubts do they have? Do I have enough proof to back up every claim I'm making? It's important to address those skeptical voices in the market who need that little extra push to take the action I'm asking for. And the last and seventh question I would ask is, how do I stand out and do what others won't? Prospects may think they can find this elsewhere or that there are other options available. You're not just selling against your product, but all the alternatives out there in the market. Don't leave these objections unaddressed, handle them directly. By doing so, you ensure that by the end of your message, the only thing left for them to do is to take the action that it is you want them to do. When you answer these questions before you write a single word, your message becomes relevant, and relevance gets consumed. So this leads to stage 2, remembered. Write copy that sticks, stands out, and gets remembered. So someone sees your content and thinks, that's interesting, but forgets about it 5 minutes later. Okay, so for example, they open your email, skim it, and move on without it sticking. You see, your tone of voice is what you'll become known for. People might not necessarily remember everything you write, but they will remember the way you write it and how it makes them feel. So here's how to make your copy memorable across any touch point. Number 1 is write like you talk. So inject your personality into your copy. I see so many people getting caught up in using overly colorful language or trying to sound clever. The key is to keep it simple and natural. Think of it as how you're speaking to someone in a conversation. Use those transition words like yeah, okay, or so. Your writing should feel like you're speaking directly to one person, and they should be able to hear your voice in their head as they read it. Number 2 is stories. A well-told story is a powerful tool for retention. It takes complex concepts or theories and makes them more relatable by wrapping them up in a personal experience you've actually lived through or someone else has lived through. It's far easier someone to connect with your message when you step into their shoes and experience it through the story, rather than just processing abstract ideas. Number 3 is speak like a human. So always use I and we. Avoid hiding behind your brand name. Write like a real person talking to another real person. Like I said, you don't want to sound like a faceless company. When you distance yourself with formal or corporate language, it feels cold and disconnected. If you wouldn't say it out loud in a conversation, don't write it that way. Keep it real, keep it human. This leads to number 4, never underestimate the power of humor. In any market, and I mean any market, humor is a potent tool. It connects with people, making your message memorable and relatable. No matter the industry, humor humanizes your brand and creates a deeper connection with your audience. Don't overlook its impact. It's universal and effective. Which leads to number 5, don't speak like a marketer. You see, 80% of copywriting is knowing what to say, and the other 20 is how you say it. Before writing a single word, pay attention to the language your market actually uses. Think about what your prospect wants to hear. Your goal is to understand them so well that you can describe their problem better than they can. That's when they will trust you to solve it. One quick trick is to install the Chrome extension called Discussions. So when you Google anything in your market, it adds a new tab showing only the forums and community conversations. It's like spying on your entire niche. And number 6 is build a swipe file. Seriously, if you don't have a swipe file, you're making your life harder than it needs to be. Think of it as your own personal vault of inspiration. Copy that made you pause, smile, click, or think, damn, that's good. Screenshot it, save it. Doesn't matter if it's a Google Drive, Notion, or a random folder on your desktop. Just keep one on file. And here's the thing. Good writers are obsessive readers. If you're not consuming a bunch of content from ads, emails, landing pages, you're missing out on the patterns. My favorite way to do this is looking at ads that have been running forever. If it keeps showing up on your feed, it's not by accident. It means that it's working. And if it's working, you should study it. And number 7 is don't forget the hook. Because if you can't grab someone's attention in this chaotic environment we operate in, everything I just talked about doesn't matter, okay? None of it. You see, one good hook is worth more than thousands of words of masterful copy. Your hook is the gatekeeper, the first line, the headline, the thing that decides whether your audience even gives you a shot. If it doesn't make people stop, nothing else gets read. And a good hook leads to something of value. It solves a problem, sparks curiosity, makes someone laugh, feel seen, or kicks off a story that they want to follow. That's what earns trust. Without it, even the best content goes completely unnoticed, and unnoticed content doesn't convert. So ask yourself, would I stop scrolling for this? If not, rewrite it. So this leads to stage 3, influence. Make your message digestible. This is where you need to influence how they think about their problem and your solution. Here's the issue. If your message isn't digestible, they won't absorb it. And if they don't absorb it, you can't influence them. Steve Jobs understood this better than anyone. If you boil down Steve Jobs down to one word, it would probably be simplicity. From everything he does, from how he dresses to his product launches, he would take the most complex technology and ideas and boil them down to a simple number of words that anyone could understand. When it comes to writing, you need to make sure your message is easily digestible. So here are 5 key ways to make sure your content is digestible, like Steve Jobs. Number 1 is easy to read on all levels. Always use layman's terms. One great tool is the Hemingway app. It shows you the reading level of your content and helps you aim for that 5th grade reading level. This is the level you should always be aiming for with your content. Simply upload your copy into the app and it will highlight sections that are hard to understand or overly complex, making it easier to improve clarity. Number 2 is short and sharp sentences. Use a mix of sentence lengths, shorter ones to hammer home key points, and occasionally longer ones to add variety. There's nothing more daunting than a big wall of text that makes you think, oh my God, I have to consume all of this. But if you feed your prospects information in 3 or 4 words per sentence, each one becomes bite-sized, easy to digest, and pulls them through the entire message effortlessly. Number 3 is there needs to be a rhythm to it, right? And the best way to find that rhythm is to read your copy out loud. Yes, you can use AI, but it doesn't have the same nuances as your own voice. You see, reading out loud helps you catch the snags. Where are you repeating yourself? What's hard to articulate or understand in what it is you're writing? Most importantly, use clear transitions. Keep readers moving, don't make them pause or get lost. This leads to number 4, which is ruthless final edit. Most of the work is done in the edit. Once you've written your copy, 80% of the time you spend on actually getting that thing done, right, and ready to present, is going to be done at the end. And it's just about ruthlessly cutting back everything that's in there that doesn't support what you're bringing and the storyline forward and getting your point across. This leads to number 5, easy on the eye. It needs to be visually aesthetic. I keep my copy simple and easy to read by using black text on a white background. Why does this work? It's all about clarity and, most importantly, readability. The high contrast between black and white allows your eyes to move effortlessly across the page, making it easier for readers to follow and absorb the information. The copy stands out, keeping the focus on what it is you want to communicate. This isn't just about aesthetics, right? It's about optimizing readability for better possible user experience. And this approach has directly driven my conversions. So that is stage 3, influence, by making your content digestible. Let's go to stage 4 and 5, which is click and convert. These are the 9 questions every funnel must answer. Now comes the moment of truth. Will they click? Will they convert? This is where most completely fall apart. Because even if you've nailed stages 1 to 3, if your landing pages doesn't answer these 9 critical questions, people bounce. Every funnel either works or breaks based on how well it answers these 9 questions. Miss one and you're leaking conversions. So here are the 9 questions prospects most likely ask. Number 1 is this of personal interest to me? So your headline needs a big benefit, intrigue, and a clear identity trigger. Call out who this is for. Question 2 is, why should I pay attention to this? Why is it timely, urgent? Why shouldn't they just keep scrolling? You need to create urgency. Question 3 is Is this exactly the right solution for me? Position yourself against the alternatives. Why is this the perfect solution for their problem? Question number 4 is, why is this new, unique, exciting, easy, and clear? What's the novel angle? New equals attention. You don't want to sound like everyone else they've seen before. Clarity equals trust. Question 5 is, what undeniable proof do you have? Screenshots, before and afters, reviews, testimonials. You got to stack the proof. The louder the claim, the more proof you need. Question number 6 is, how does it actually work? Walk them through the process step by step. What happens after they buy? That's the question you need to answer. Clarity reduces resistance. Question number 7 is, what are other people saying about it? Social proof from real customers, video testimonials work best. People trust people. Number 8 is, what guarantees do you have? Remove the risk. The burden sits with you, not them. Make the outcome feel safe. And question 9, what do you want me to do next? Have a crystal clear call to action, one single ask, framed around the value for them, not you. So those are the 9 questions. If your landing page doesn't answer all 9, it's leaking conversions. So every funnel that's not converting is missing clarity somewhere in the system, right? Maybe you're not answering the 7 questions, so people scroll past and without consuming your message. Maybe it's clever, but it's not memorable, so they forget about you in 5 minutes after they read. Maybe the copy isn't digestible, so they can't absorb it and remember it. Maybe your landing pages don't answer all 9 questions, so they bounce before converting. You see, the beauty of this video and framework, it shows you exactly where the leaks are happening, right? The 5 stages. Stage 1, consume. Stage 2, remember. Stage 3, influence. Stage 4 and 5, click and convert. Once you know where the clarity is breaking down, you can fix it. And with AI, you can diagnose and fix it faster than ever. Writing copy isn't about being clever, it's about being clear. You don't need to be flashy, you just need to be relevant. If you find this video useful, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.